Has the racist mass murder in Florida become a flashpoint in the Republican primary?
Why does this keep happening?
This is Not My Party. Brought to you by The Bulwark. This week, the country is reeling yet again after a young, angry man, motivated by racist beliefs, killed innocent civilians using an assault rifle.
This is not normal.
I wish that were true.
This time, the venue was a dollar store in Jacksonville, and the victims were 3 black folks just going about their day. In case there were any doubts about the motive, the shooter left several manifestos detailing his hatred for black people, and he even drew swastikas on the weapon.
Jesus fucking Christ.
For those who think that enforcing existing gun laws is the policy answer to stopping these mass shootings, CNN reports that the killer had his guns legally, even though he had weapons confiscated by police in 2017 as a result of the Baker Act, which allows for temporary seizure of firearms for those facing serious mental health crises.
Red flag much?
Maybe a guy who once had his guns taken because he was institutionalized shouldn't be allowed to legally carry Nazified assault weapons. One man's opinion.
That might be worth exploring.
But the politics of this shooting extends beyond our debate over gun control. The tragedy was thrust into the center of the Republican presidential primary, since it took place in a state governed by Ron DeSantis, the GOP's leading non-Trump contender for now. DeSantis was in Iowa when the shooting took place, and he returned home to take care of the aftermath and the hurricane that's hitting his home state this week.
You think it's easy working 2 jobs?
Now, you guys know I'm no big fan of Tiny D. There was one aspect of his response that was really encouraging. The fact that he attended the vigil for victims of the shooting and didn't try to do the very fine people on both sides two-step when discussing the killer and his motivations.
You had a major league scumbag come from Clay County. What he did is totally unacceptable. We are not going to let people be targeted based on their race in the state of Florida.
Low bar, but he deserves credit for that.
I'll allow it.
Sometimes leaders need to show up even if they know that the crowd might not be on their side politically. And boy, was this crowd not on DeSantis' side. Listen to the boo birds.
We're not going to allow these institutions to be targeted by people.
Tough crowd.
Why are they so mad?
The spirit of public officials governing for everyone, not just the people who voted for them, is something that got lost in the Trump years, particularly on the right.
Go ahead. No, not you. Not you.
Not everything should be about partisanship. But here's why DeSantis' olive branch to the black community kind of withered. You can't only show up in times of crisis. You can't demonize people all week and then show up on Sunday and expect to be heard.
We both know what you did.
Given his record of gerrymandering districts to minimize the power of the black vote, censoring black history courses, and making his whole brand about demonizing those fighting for equal rights and calling them woke, it's not surprising that there isn't a lot of trust there. But at least it's a step in the right direction.
You reap what you sow.
I'm hoping there's a lesson here for other politicians who want to show leadership and restore cross-partisan normalcy and respect to our politics. But I'm worried it's going to have the opposite effect. Here's the man right on DeSantis' heels in the primary, Vivek Ramaswamy, somehow blaming the media and universities and affirmative action for a white supremacist's mass murder.
We've created such a racialized culture in this country, largely created by media and establishment and universities and politicians that throw kerosene on that racism.
And that victim-blaming bullshit is more in the Trump spirit of how to handle these crises.
How very inappropriate. Thank you.
Bringing the party back towards something more dignified is going to take persuasion and work and consistency, not just one speech at a vigil.
That's asking a lot.
We'll see you next week for more Not My Party. But let's take a moment to remember the victims of yet another ugly massacre. 19-year-old A.J. Laguerre Jr., 29-year-old father of a 4-year-old girl, Gerald Gallion, and 52-year-old Angela Carr. Our hearts go out to your families. May we do the work to stop this senseless, racist violence. For more episodes of Not My Party, smash that subscribe button. And scan right here to subscribe on Snapchat, where you can get the episodes first and all the Not My Party content you desire.